Fuck school.
Can anyone explain to me how I have 2 degrees? I have 2 degrees. Oh, and a certificate. I'm trying to apply for jobs right now, and the thing is that the only person I have responding to me is a man from a tech company saying, "Hey, you want to answer some customer service problems?"
Exhibit A. Here's a modern day phone. Recognize it? Here's a phone from 150 years ago. Big difference, right? Stay with me. Here's a car from today. And here's a car from 150 years ago. Big difference, right? Well, get this. Here's a classroom of today. And here's a class we used 150 years ago. Now ain't that a shame? In literally more than a century, nothing has changed.
I'm trying to tell y'all, school teaches kids how to be failures. And it teaches kids how to get a better job and work for the rest of their life. They don't teach mental health. They don't teach you how to be an entrepreneur. None of that shit. They going to teach you how to be programmed.
I don't know why we still even have this whole fucking, just this outdated concept of school to just build workers.
The school system does not want us to learn about money. They don't teach financial freedom because their job is to produce obedient employees, people who follow orders without question. They teach us to memorize, comply, and never question authority. They train us to fear mistakes, to rely on external validation, and to seek approval from systems that do not care about our future. They shape us into workers, not thinkers. Servants, not masters. Consumers, not creators. Wake up. They build a system that discourages risk-taking and independent thought, because true power belongs to those who think for themselves. They do not teach about money because financial literacy leads to freedom, and a free mind cannot be controlled. They tell you to follow the rules, get good grades, and find a secure job. But they never tell you who writes the rules, who profits from your ignorance, or how the system itself is designed to keep you running in circles, chasing a false sense of security. Look at these rules they condition us with. 1. Don't make mistakes, but the greatest innovators in history made thousands of mistakes. Mistakes are the foundation of wisdom. 2. Do as you're told, but true leaders think for themselves. Every major breakthrough in history came from someone who refused to obey. 3. Take the test by yourself, but in the real world, we collaborate and build networks. No one builds an empire alone. 4. Don't cooperate, do it on your own. But business, success, and life are about synergy. The most powerful people in the world move in circles. 5. There's only one right answer. No, there are infinite ways to solve a problem. The belief in a single answer is the death of creativity. This system is a control mechanism. You graduate terrified of failure, paralyzed by indecision, trained to think like a worker, not a creator, leader, or innovator. They break your spirit, strip you of independent thought, and leave you dependent on their system to survive. My people are destroyed for lack of knowledge. Hosea 4:6. And do not follow blindly what you do not know. Indeed, the hearing, the sight, and the heart, about all those, one will be questioned. Quran 17:36. The school system kills a child's natural spirit of learning. It measures intelligence with worthless exams that don't reflect real-world skills. It rewards memorization, not critical thinking. It celebrates obedience, not innovation. It punishes mistakes instead of encouraging resilience. It teaches dependence, not self-sufficiency. The best students end up being government employees. The average students work for corporations. The so-called failures build empires because they learn on their own terms. The system does not want independent thinkers. It wants followers. It wants employees. It wants people who wake up, work, pay bills, and die without ever questioning the deeper mechanics of power. So why would I force my child into a broken system that teaches them to be a cog in someone else's machine? Why would I let them be programmed into believing that their worth is determined by grades, that their intelligence is measured by exams, that their future depends on a system designed to keep them in place? I will be a parent with a difference. My children will learn how to think independently, How to master money, business, and influence. How to lead, not be led. How to build, innovate, and adapt. How to see beyond the illusion. Do not store up treasures on earth where moth and rust destroy, but store up for yourselves treasures in heaven. Matthew 6:19-20. Success is not about grades. It's about wisdom, strategy, and execution. It's about knowing how to move through the world with power, how to navigate systems without being enslaved by them, how to see beyond the distractions and focus on the real game being played. I refuse to let my children be slaves to a rigged system. I refuse to let them be mentally shackled, financially dependent, and spiritually weak. They will not be servants. They will not be pawns. They will not be conditioned into mediocrity. They will break free. Wake up. The system is not designed to make you rich. It is not designed to make you powerful. It is not designed to make you free. It is designed to make you compliant. Wake up and never be controlled again. If this message hit you, don't just sit on it. Like, comment, and share so more people wake up to the truth. And if you want more content like this, subscribe and turn on notifications, because we're just getting started. Stay sharp, stay wise, and remember, truth doesn't bend. See you in the next one. Stay.
If you don't go to school, you can't get a good job. I hadn't gone to school. I didn't have a good job. I owned the whole company. So then I started to think, I wonder how many things I believe are not true. Most people that are teaching don't know what they're teaching. 80% of the people that teach have never done what they're teaching. That's the purpose of life, to overcome ignorance, develop awareness. The only way to overcome ignorance is through knowledge. And the only way to get the knowledge is to study. Most people, they finish school, close the book, say, that's over, I'm never going to open another book as long as I live. They're screwed, it's all over. And they'll say, well, they're smart. Some of them aren't very smart. Smart's got nothing to do with it. They have shifted their paradigm. They've knocked the wall down, and they built an image, and they followed the rules. They just didn't know what they were doing. I didn't know what I was doing. I was earning over $1 million a year. I had no idea what the hell I was doing.
You don't need college to learn stuff, okay? Everything is available basically for free. You can learn anything you want for free. It is not a question of learning. There is a value that colleges have, which is like, seeing whether can somebody work hard at something, including a bunch of sort of annoying homework assignments, and still do their homework assignments, and kind of soldier through and get it done. That's like the main value of college. And then also, if you probably want to hang around with a bunch of people your own age for a while instead of going right into the workforce. So I think colleges are basically for fun and to prove you can do your chores, but they're not for learning.
You think anyone really gives a shit about what your major is, English literature, biology, whatever? The whole point of a college degree is to show a potential employer that you showed up someplace 4 years in a row, completed a series of tasks reasonably well and on time. So if he hires you, there's a semi-decent chance that you'll show up there every day and not fuck his business up.